What's up everybody, welcome back to my channel Mystic Watch, and today we're going to be going over another in-depth character analysis. Today we'll be featuring Jiraiya, Way of the Ninja, the new Sage Mode Jiraiya that just dropped in Global today or last week on Friday for Japan. I don't know why we got it on Thursday, which is weird, but today we're going to be going over his stats, his damage, what he does, how good is he, etc. Yada yada. There's a lot of, I guess, controversy around this unit only because people are like, oh, he's bad because he's not Madara and he doesn't do 80 billion damage to everyone AoE while boosting himself to 500% while also having vast range and 3000 attack. So someone made a good point, is that not every single unit in this game has to be overpowered. You know, characters are allowed to not be broken, is why the characters that are broken are really fun to have, or how Bandai makes their money, right? Every character can't be broken, but Jiraiya is, I'd say, a little bit better than average. He's a good character. He's not amazing. He's not like a must-have, I'd say, but he's definitely not bad. So I'll explain all that as we go along with the video. Starting off, Jiraiya, his cost is 60, HP 1252, attack 1318, type is wisdom, range long. Okay, long range, 1300 attack. If we compare him to Kakuzu, he has about 250 more HP than Kakuzu, and I believe a little bit more attack, about 18 attack more than Kakuzu as well. So in terms of comparing him to Kakuzu, a non-Blazing Fest character, you know, Jiraiya is better. Kakuzu is also wisdom, not wisdom bravery, and Jiraiya is wisdom. So field skill, reduced chance of immobilization by 25 to 30%. Personally, I think this is one of the most useless field skills that exist in the game, just because there's almost no situation. You know, they exist, but first of all, the chances of encountering something that can immobilize you is so low. And then on top of that, the chances of being immobilized to begin with from that one unit that barely exists is so low. So this field skill has such a small relevance in the game that it's kind of, you know, it's kind of sad. Anything could have been better. A field heal, a attack, like a field attack up, something where it's like boost bravery, whatever type damage up. Anything that wasn't this, right? Or Jutsu Seal. Reduced chance of Jutsu Seal is also another one that is completely useless. Or receiving slip damage. Those three things are one of the worst field skills that exist. So unfortunately, Jiraiya has one of them. Buddy skill boosts wisdom attack by 250, and this is one that is actually, personally, I'd say this and Conan's buddy skill is, you know, competes for the best buddy skill in the entire game, with field heal. Not field heal, buddy heal. And I compare it to Madara's 200 buddy heal. So buddy heal is extremely strong simply because that character does not have to be present to get the healing. You can put them in the back while they're recharging chakra, anything like that, and you can still get the full benefits of the buddy heal. Buddy skill boosts wisdom attack. And the reason why this is so good, and this isn't, well, in terms of a buddy skill, the only other person who has this is Karin, who, when released with Kirin Sasuke, her buddy skill is boost heart attack by 300. And there's a reason why that isn't as good as this, and that's simply because Karin herself is a wisdom unit, while her buddy skill is, you know, an attribute to heart, right? It's an attack up to heart. Here we have boost wisdom attack by 250, while him being a wisdom unit, which is amazing in the sense where this buddy skill will actually be relevant to, you know, to a mono wisdom, to objectives, right? Like Karin has a neat buddy skill, but it doesn't change anything about the game. It doesn't mean like, oh, now I'm going to use her to do the heart only objectives. Oh wait, she's wisdom, I can't do that. With him you can do mono wisdom, and with Conan you can do mono bravery. And right now we don't have like I guess a super nuker for wisdom. The closest person I'd say off the top of my head is probably Shippuden Naruto. I believe his, he's got like 2200 or 2100 attack, and then he's also got a high multiplier. So he would be a really good candidate to receive this buddy skill. There's plenty of people, right? Shikakugara, etc. But this buddy skill is really good, and Konan's is even better in the sense where she can apply it to one-tail Naruto, who can then nuke even further. So, moving on, Jutsu, 5 chakra, 5.3 times attack AoE, to all enemies in range, 70% chance of slip damage for 6 turns, right? A 70% chance of applying that slip damage for 6 turns, and blows enemies away. So that same feature that is on Madara, also on the 2 free units that were given out, Minato and Naruto, the 5-star versions that don't have a 6-star version. Jiraiya is an addition to that can blow away enemies, and this feature is really useful for the new game mode Ninja Road that unfortunately got delayed until a unknown date. I'm assuming another week, but in that game mode Jiraiya is really useful simply because of the blowing away part. His ultimate, 10 chakra, boosts own attack by 75% for 6 turns, and then deals 7.5 attack to one enemy and blows them away. This is very similar to if you guys have Bundle Might Guy. Bundle Might Guy does something extremely similar. I believe it is 75% attack for, I can't remember the turns amount, and then he has his own it's like closer to like a 5 times multiplier to an enemy, and then, he doesn't blow them away. But here we have it for 10 chakra. It's for 6 turns, which means that he gets 2 full rotations with it, and then, he also does his single target damage to the person when applying it. So, not bad for jutsus. They're nothing broken, but they're pretty solid. Moving on to his dupe abilities. His first dupe ability, or first 2, are boost attack by 100, bringing his attack to 1500 if you manage to get both, which is really solid, simply because with long range they benefit a lot more from attacks, from attack ups, because they're hitting more units on average. So people like Minato, who has fast, any attack ups that they can possibly get just makes their character a lot better. So 2 attack ups on his dupe abilities is really strong. The third one is restore 1 chakra bar when moving between maps. Personally, that is a useless dupe ability, simply because you don't need to restore chakra when moving between maps when you can just simply wait 1 more rotation to move across the map. The next 2 restores 100 HP every turn. Really good dupe ability. This is the same dupe ability that Hidan has for all 5 of his. This is the same dupe ability that one-tail Naruto has on his final 2. So the way this works is, if you guys don't know, the dupe abilities, or the restore HP every turn, happens no matter what, whether you are in the front or the back, and it works as like a buddy skill 2.0, right? So if you are in the front, you're getting 200 HP a turn. If Jiraiya's in the back, he's getting 200 HP a turn no matter what. That's pretty good. So if you get all of his dupes, he's a really strong character, but just getting the first dupes alone makes him really good. And if you manage to get all of them, his final cost is 30. Now, moving on to the damage calculations, we have his normal jutsu has a 5.3 multiplier, so 1318 plus 100 for pills is 7,515. The same jutsu against a bravery type unit would do 11,273. So for a AoE, I don't actually recall the size of it. I'll try to include it on the side if you guys see here. So the AoE damage is pretty nice. It's not anything busted, but 7,000, doing 7,500 damage is a good amount. So it's enough to clear out minions, mobs. It's not going to do any crazy things to bosses, but it's a good number. His ultimate jutsu applies the 75% attack boost. So before beginning the damage, I'll just explain that I'm going to use 1318 plus the 100 for 1418. if he, you know, the 75% attack boost is the equivalent of a 1.75 multiplier, or, you know, 1418 plus 1418 times 0.75, and that gets him 2,482 attack after rounding. Using that, now we can use the 7.5 multiplier from his ultimate to see how much damage he does against a single target, and that ends up being 18,611. Not bad, right? 18,000. He's not Madara. Madara does like 30,000 to everyone, but you know what? Not everyone's gonna be Madara. 18,000 is I was hoping he'd at least break 20,000 damage, but 18,000 damage, almost 19,000, competes with one of the higher end single target damages. So it's nothing to worry about. It'll never be weak against anything since he's a wisdom type unit. So it'll always be a neutral damage, or it'll be effective against bravery. And against bravery, which is a 1.5 multiplier, he'll do 27,917 after rounding. So not bad, right? Close to 30,000 against bravery, which is pretty solid. Really good for those mono wisdom fights if you're against a bravery type element, or even against, you know, another wisdom element. 17,000, not 17, so almost 19,000 neutral damage is a lot. So there you have it. Jiraiya, I forgot what's his tag again? Way of the Ninja, Sage Mode Jiraiya. Just something before I end off. I was hoping this Jiraiya would be better, or a Blazing Fest unit or anything like that, simply because this is Sage Mode Jiraiya, and you know, this is like the peak of Jiraiya, right? The prime of Jiraiya. It was kind of sad seeing that they didn't give him anything better than this. Not saying that he's a bad unit, but I was really hoping that they'd make him a lot better. It's just like an iconic character that, you know, similar to Madara, similar to Sage Mode Naruto. This is the first Sage Mode character that we get, so I was hoping that it'd be a little bit better. Unfortunately, it's not, but I'm pretty sure down the line they'll remake characters where, you know, we'll have multiple versions of the same character. If you see in Dokkan, there's like 80 different Super Saiyan 3 Gokus, there's like 40 billion Super Saiyan Gokus. So I don't doubt that they'll make another Jiraiya at some point, but for the first one, man, it hurts. But, you know, tribute to Jiraiya. It's a good guy. Moving on. Thank you for watching the video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and let me know who you guys want to see next for an in-depth analysis.